Yo, what is up? Welcome back to the Culture and Cannabis Podcast. Happy Thursday. I am one of your hosts, full-time Tony. Usually I have another host with me. His name is JC Coates. Unfortunately, he's not going to be here today. He is in San Diego on a family trip, but he'll be back tomorrow. But with that being said, I do have an amazing guest here today, the one and only Sheldon Cooper from All Access Vegas, Las Vegas Cannabis Awards. Man, what is up? How are we doing?
Yes, thank you guys so much for having us. Again, you guys, this is Sheldon with All Access Vegas. It's going down right here at the Culture and Cannabis Podcast. We're so excited to be here, you guys, and tell you guys about the upcoming event. We got the almost sold out show, the Las Vegas Cannabis Awards, and of course, the Kush Talk Las Vegas. And it's all going down, you guys, July 10th at the Sahara Event Center. If you guys are there, it's going to be at 800 East Karen right here in Las Vegas from 6 p.m. to 2 in the morning. We're going to be doing some great shout-outs and stuff. Huge shout-out to Edema for coming out, being one of our headliners for rock. I grew up listening to this band for over 20 years. Huge shout out to Devin the Dude for coming out as well. It's going to be another feature headliner, and then High Frequency and all the amazing artists that will be coming out as well. And thank you, Tony, for having us today.
No, dude, thanks for coming on the podcast, brother. Listen, man, Sheldon, I have to commend you for work that you've been doing in the community for the past, what has it been, 4 or 5 years now when it's come to cannabis?
Yeah, dude, we've been in the cannabis industry for the last couple of years. We started All Access Vegas just with the dream to throw events for a living. Something as small as either a hip-hop EDM show, then it led to either bigger productions, which now today leads into all of our festivals we've been doing. And this is going to be our 3rd annual Las Vegas Cannabis Awards. And then we also did one in the Orange County Cannabis Awards as well. And we want to thank all the public and all the sponsors that came out. Literally every single festival we did was sold out, general admission, our VIPs. So we want to thank you guys for your support. And we want to thank all the sponsors, definitely including Culture and Cannabis, because if it wasn't for your guys' support, these festivals wouldn't be possible. So thank you guys.
100%. And I have a personal story about the Las Vegas Cannabis Awards. So the first year that it happened, I was living in Reno, and to be honest with you, I was a little skeptical of the event just because of how anybody would be skeptical of any awards event. Absolutely. And then I got to meet you, ironically. It wasn't until after the second year, right before the second year during the pandemic. Right. And we got to bring you on the Culture and Cannabis podcast. Oh, yeah. And that was my first time ever interacting with you. Yeah. And I had asked you some pretty tough questions about like safety and like, stuff of that nature. And you just answered the questions with, with a lot of honesty, which I always really appreciated. Absolutely. And you just handled them pretty well. Like maybe I came at you a little bit hot, but I just always, ever since that day, great, man. Ever since that day, I've had such an added level of respect for you and who you are in the community, because you're not a fake person, Sheldon.
Absolutely. And very transparent.
And that's what I love about you, bro. And you never know what you're going to walk into. As someone from Las Vegas, you're from Las Vegas too. You get it.
Exactly.
And there's so many busters in the city, man, that are always trying to, they're lying their way through to get to become who they are. Well, and I've got to now get to know you more over the years, and you're one of my favorite people to see out.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
I love seeing you out, because whenever I see you out, man, you're always having a good time. You always have a crew with you, man. Tell me how you got into the industry and how that evolved into the Las Vegas Cannabis Awards.
Yeah, so it's quite funny. I'm born and raised in Las Vegas. Literally, my parents dropped out of high school just to have me. And whenever I went to Spring Valley and Bonanza, I was always known for the guy, Sheldon's throwing a party. Like, oh shit, where's Sheldon throwing it? And back then, we used to say Playboy. So like, yo, where's Playboy throwing his party at, And I'm like, yo, you guys.
That was your nickname, Playboy?
Yeah, Playboy. Oh, damn, and not that many people know that. And then throughout the years, we're just throwing these crazy, like, warehouse parties, like desert parties. where the new Wet and Wild is. That used to be where we used to throw our events, and huge bonfires. Like I even set my car off on fire, set out the mountain, like all this fun stuff, and we had a blast. But slowly after leaving high school, I started going to college at CSN and UNLV, pursuing my business and marketing degree. And it was a huge accomplishment because I was the first one in my family actually to make it to college. But I felt like I had to do it for my family because I feel like I was the reason why they dropped out, because they had me at a very early age. But after I was going to college at CSN UNLV, I realized there wasn't that many parties going on in college. So I was like, I was throwing all the high school parties. Why don't I start throwing the college parties? And then it really started opening some doors because I wasn't like in a fraternity or anything. Not like we see in the movies. It was like just me and the whole like local squad in Las Vegas just turning it up. And back then it was like beer bongs and, keg stands and, it was just a blast. But eventually, like we started realizing whenever we started doing like the hotel parties, we're starting to bring in like snow machines and have like 8 DJs in one night and have like 5 bartenders just going ham. And we're like, you know what? Like securities keep on trying to bust down our event. We need to start doing this legally. Like we need to start doing this corporately. Facts. What does it take today to do a real cannabis festival or just an event in general, not even cannabis related? And then it started opening up my eyes to the different promoters license. Vegas is extremely strict, so we actually got specific licensing out here that other people in Cali might not need to have. But in Vegas, we started realizing we partnered up with the beauty bar. And they loved us. We went in there before the year started and we showed them every flyer for the whole year, literally from January to December, the whole next year. And they're like, what the hell? Like, who is this guy? Yeah. And I was like, yo, my name's Sheldon with All Access Vegas. And just said the same thing, They're like, all right, cool. Let's start off 1-2 events. We'll see how you do. If it does good, we'll give you a couple more. That ended up leading to a 2-year residency. And that's how we really got started. They were like, our flyer said, All Access Vegas presents Trap Life. And we did this series of hip hop events. And basically what ended up happening is we went down and we bought the wrong license at first to just promote on the strip. So I told them, I was like, hey, I got the license. And they're like, no, dude, you need the license to promote downtown. It's separate. So then I ended up buying my first 2 licenses that I ever had, which was for jurisdiction of Clark County and city. And that's what really led us to start doing corporate events. And then it was a lot of trial and error, seeing what sponsors work, seeing what attendees work, seeing engagement, how much to price tickets, where to have events. And then slowly after that, we started doing the Artisan, the Hard Rock, now the Sahara Event Center. And we're like, wow, this is incredible, And in the beginning, it was, we only had like $1,000 per concert, and it was like, this is how much people we need to get here. We got a really tough budget. This is, how it's going to happen. But now we actually got to the point where, we didn't want to have investors or anything come in. So when I first had the idea for the Las Vegas Cannabis Awards, it was literally called the Vegas Weed Awards. It wasn't even called the Las Vegas Cannabis Awards. But then as we slowly started growing, we started realizing our name needs to be more than just slang Vegas. It needs to be called Las Vegas. Then we're like, instead of weed, let's call it cannabis. And so that's what ended up leading to us calling it the Las Vegas Cannabis Awards. And, we support all the cannabis events out there and festivals. With us, we're not really trying to come in the industry and say we're better than anyone else. Like, we're honored for every single person that's trying to throw a festival, trying to throw an event. Doesn't matter how small or big it is or however many followers you have. A lot of people on our team that came on, they didn't even have that many followers, to be honest. Like, they had probably less than 400, you know? And I was like, you know what, man, we support you. It doesn't really matter what you have. And some of those key players are the hardest working people I know, where it doesn't matter how many followers you have or what's going on. It's really about how proactive you are and what you're really trying to do. Like, we have some volunteers that actually bought tickets for the event, but then are like, we want to volunteer. We want to be a part of this opportunity. We want to help change people's lives. Like, I was thinking, when was the last time I ever got a trophy? I was like, dang, I was in like the 5th grade or something, you know, for chess, I won a trophy. And then I played like flag football.
You won a trophy for chess?
Yeah.
Are you good at chess?
Yeah,
Sheldon?
my first year ever learning how to play, I came first place in our whole school in the 5th grade elementary.
What
Rose
school?
Warren.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Yeah,
Good for
and
you,
I had to
dude.
compete against my best friend. And then it was like, so I really started thinking, I was like, let's honor everyone in the cannabis industry, you know. And when we first started the Cannabis Awards at the Hard Rock, we had about like 38 categories. And it was simple, you know, we only had like 90 days to plan the whole festival, where we didn't really think we need a half a year or a year to plan it out. We're like, yeah, 3 months is fine, you know. And honestly, it was. We got everything done. It was incredible. But now I was like, let's plan it out 9 months to a year in advance and really get the people of Las Vegas, you know, registered and a part of this event. And now we've received over 500,000 votes strictly just on our website. And we're really happy about that. And then same thing with our website. We're getting over 120,000 page views every 6 days, you know, and that's not including our Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, or anything. So we really just appreciate everyone's support, coming on the page, telling us who you want to see actually win, you know. Doesn't really matter how much money you have or how much followers you have. Like, I know some people that won the trophies that don't even have any money, you know. I've seen some people win trophies that don't even have a following, and they've literally beat everyone. And it's just remarkable to each year see all the new faces that are coming out. And, you know, when I first planned out the awards, there wasn't no one really helping me out. It literally, I had to sell my own house and literally sacrifice everything for my family just to like throw this festival. And then it really made me think like the sacrifices that had to be done, not just for me, but every single one of you that's been coming out every single year, finding babysitters for your kids just to come out, or finding someone to watch your whole shop or your whole store while you're leaving, because there's a lot of different dispensary owners and purchasing managers and bud tenders and all these people from around the world coming out. And it's like, it takes a lot, you know, and we really appreciate that. And we just want everyone to know we're very honest and sincere. No one could buy a trophy for best cannabis porn star. Like, you got to actually get voted on it. You can't just buy a trophy for best dispensary. Like, you literally have to get the votes for this. And if you don't, our sincere apologies. But it's just an honor to even make it to the final ballot. So everyone that made it to the final round, you know, congratulations. And that was a huge success. And yeah, we're really excited about this year, because now it's like we've sold out the last 2 festivals in Vegas. Now we're really down to come in and bring in some real serious headliners. And shout out to all the podcasts and radio stations and magazines, all the press and media that have actually been having us come on, check everything out, and really affiliate with the Cannabis Awards. Because if it's not from you guys, no one will ever see the event. No one will ever hear about the event. It really takes a whole team to really make this possible. So we want to thank you, Culture and Cannabis, for sure.
Yeah, no, man, we appreciate you, brother. There's a lot to unpack from what you just said, and I have a couple of things I definitely want to go over. One thing that I always really like about you, Sheldon, is that you always say we. It's never I.
Exactly.
And semantics don't matter for the most part, but I really do appreciate people who take that consideration, because it can be real easy for you to say, I did the Las Vegas Cannabis Awards, I did this, I did that, but you recognize that you and your team did it, right? So you always say we. Why is it important for you to recognize the people that are working with you?
Yeah, and that's the thing, is a lot of sponsors and even our insurance agent is like, what do you mean we? You know, we need insurance. Well, it's like, no, our whole team needs insurance, for this festival.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really great to really honor everyone that's a part of it, because just because I created and produced it doesn't mean I'm the one that accomplished all this. Like Glenn and Patrick, they're the ones in charge of our whole website. So anyone needed a different photo or their name changed, it was them that took care of it. Every one of the models that came out and registered as a staff member, we have over 500 people that are a part of our staffing list now. So it's really incredible to see everyone. So whenever we go in, it's definitely not me. We just want to thank us, our whole team, for being a part of this.
Yeah, and I think that's like so impactful, man. I just really believe that in the we idea, and so I think that's really cool. Something else I want to talk to you about, how you are. I don't know, man. I feel like for you, you're like rubber, man. Shit does not stick to you.
You got thick skin.
You have super thick skin.
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck what anybody has to say.
Exactly.
I feel like whenever you're throwing an event or you're putting yourself out there as much as you do, you open yourself up to for the hate, right? Not on purpose, but just the thing. How do you deal with that? Like how are you able to just let that shit slide off the back? Because I have never seen a negative Sheldon.
Yeah, it's crazy. They got the old story, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. It's like, it's real true, there's so many people that have heard negative criticism and stuff. Like, oh, you sell trophies. Oh, you favorite certain people. Or like, I've heard it all, and the thing is with us, it's like I said earlier, we literally sacrificed everything to make this possible. So whenever I literally had like my whole life savings and every little dollar I had to my name, and literally had me and my kids just sleeping at a random house, just sold our property, we're like, holy shit, like this is serious. Like there's some people going on rants talking all this stuff, but it's like not one person bought a trophy. Like you could literally ask every sponsor, every single person that's ever won a trophy.
I can fully vouch on Culture and Cannabis' behalf that Sheldon does not sell trophies, and I know for a fact because we've had a conversation about it, and I've seen his voting system, and he legit just picks the person that gets the most votes. So for the sponsors that do sponsor, although they do get all the amazing press and coverage that comes along with Las Vegas Cannabis Awards, they don't get to just automatically buy an award.
Exactly.
It probably helps though that they do get the coverage when people do look and go, oh shit, Cannabis is a cool brand. Let me check out what the Cannabis has. Oh dope, they're nominated for an award. I'll vote for them.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing is like as an affiliate sponsor and a corporate one, we actually give opportunities for all brands to be a part of it. So even if you don't have money, you could still get your brand a part of the organization. It's just corporate booths. People that want to buy a booth, they're able to do that. But we have an affiliate sponsorship. It's 100% free. And all you have to do is say, you affiliate yourself with the Cannabis Awards, and basically our whole team makes them a flyer. So even if there is some people that don't have enough capital, thousands of dollars to, buy a booth, we still want to help support them and promote them and stuff. And, so when it really comes down to it, we really want to thank everyone for their support, because when you win a trophy, there might be haters on that. They might be like, oh, dude, you freaking bought that trophy, or, oh, hey, dude, you don't deserve that. I'm the one that got you in this industry. Why am I not the one that's getting this trophy? And I've seen a lot of people's best friends and best brands like turn on them over them winning this trophy. And it's just really sad to see. It's like, if you don't win, you should just be really happy for the people that have won for this year. And, if you didn't win, just do a little bit more promo next year, and you could always have a chance to win. Like they say, every vote counts. So if we do 30 days of voting, and it's every single day, if you have 5 friends that are voting you on every day, that's 150 votes, which is huge. I've seen some categories only win with like 50 or 100 votes, and sometimes that's all it takes. So if you really had those 3 people going every day, or those 5 people, it could really be a huge game changer for you to actually win, a category, and we really want to thank everyone that's, won and shown support. And it's been crazy. Like, we've been driving and just see random billboards and people announcing how they've won, and it's so incredible to see that. And same thing with 97.5 and 92.3, the radio stations in Vegas, with them supporting the cannabis event, them playing it on everyone's air, on the cars and everything. It's incredible to see that, because we all grew up where you couldn't hear about a cannabis event or any concert like that. And 92.3, the rock station, I grew up my whole life listening to that station, and we're the first cannabis festival to ever be featured on the air. And that was this year where we accomplished that, which was literally 2 days ago, where they told us there hasn't been any other event or any other festival that we've ever promoted. You guys are the first ones to hit the air in Vegas. And I was like, wow, dude, this is freaking incredible to see this, because I was like, we've never accomplished this before. So we're really excited to be partnering up with these different brands and being able to accomplish these different things together.
Yeah, man, I love that. And I wanted to talk about your unwavering support for so many other events. Where does that come from? Like, how, it's sometimes when you're in business, you don't want to have competitors, but it just naturally happens, right? You're throwing an event, it naturally happens that you're going to have competitors. Some brands are going to have to pick and choose what events they're going to sponsor. Why is it important to you to show support to every event in cannabis, especially here in the Las Vegas industry?
Absolutely. And that's one of the things I grew up with. Like, there's so many events and parties in Las Vegas. So with me, it wasn't about like, oh, only come to mine. I would always be like, oh, what events are going on this day? Can we tie them all up together, some way? And then even in the industry, there's other people that throw Cannabis Award festivals and events. And I actually try to look at what days they're going to have theirs to try to support them and not throw ours on the same day or the same week. Sometimes I try not to even do it in the same month, just to like really support the big brands. I've been doing this even before we even started too, And with us, we like to embrace competition. Instead of seeing competition as a threat, why don't you try to collab with them? Why don't you try to work with them? We have some huge conventions and trade shows that are actually going to be at the Cannabis Awards this year, like Champs, hundreds of vendors from around the world, but they're actually spending their time to come to our event. Then Las Vegas, they throw a huge festival. They had over 350 booths at Bally's, which was the first convention to come back out. They're flying out for our event, and it's just huge seeing that. It's like when we first started, we'd look at these brands and be like, you know what? What's going on? We looked at High Times, Jack Herr Cup, and all these amazing festivals. And we're like, we like what they're doing, but what can we do to make the festivals a little bit more? So, we thought about the couple basic categories a lot of the festivals have. And then we're like, how can we do this on steroids? Instead of having 10 or 20 trophies, let's have over 100 different categories. And this year, I think it was 200 different categories we put together. And if it got more than 2 nominations, that category went forward. So half the categories didn't get enough nominations. So this year we'll be honoring over 100 different people that won. And so back to the question about what do you do about competition or anything, is like, don't feel threatened by it, embrace it. Even the White Label Expo, we love them. We're like, we want to promote solicitation of other events. When you come to our festival, we want you to tell people about other cannabis events. We want you to know about what's coming up. Even if it's a dispensary we're not even at, like, are doing a pop-up, we still want to promote it. Like, yo, this is what's going on. This is who's going to be there. Even if we're not even making any money from the event or anything, we just want to be supportive. And, thanks again for Culture and Cannabis having us out the Sanctuary this month. That was incredible, And then it was like, it was 5 different dispensaries, the Canna Stars, Green Dispensary, Excel, Hardin, where we're just honored and want to thank all of them for having us come out, show people more about the awards, what's going down. And, some of our sponsors are like, dude, it's good to see a company where people can't buy a trophy. They're like, we've won this many trophies and we've never gave you $1.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what it's about. You don't have to give us no money. Or even there's sponsors that come in from last year, and then the next year, like, how much money do you need? Oh, no. We don't need no money. We have an affiliate sponsorship. It's 100% free if you'd like to be a part of it. But yes, if you'd like to be a corporate sponsorship, we'd love to have you. And then we talk about how much the boosts range from. So we don't want any sponsor to feel like they have to pay to be a part of any of our opportunities. You know, this year our sponsorship sold out. We aren't accepting any more sponsors.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. And the thing is, we told all of them, hey, you can buy a trophy. Hey, if you want to be a part of this, we'd love to have you. Some of our sponsors, they asked to buy one, you know, and I'm not going to say who they were, but we're just like, no, dude, that's not what we're about. And a lot of them respected that because you're like, you know what, even though we can't, we still want to come out and be a part of it because we like what you're doing for the community. And that's what we're about, is doing this for the community so that people that have never been recognized could be recognized. So it's not just the dispensaries, it's not just the dispensary brands, but what about the people that make up it, you know? Best cannabis model, best electrician, plumber, male entrepreneur, female entrepreneur, educator, public speaker, event planner, you name it. It's all at the Las Vegas Cannabis Awards.
I love that, brother. I love that. And I don't want to end this podcast without shouting out your new shop.
Absolutely.
Tattoos and Smoke.
Fuck yeah.
I, once again, got to give you a lot of props because owning the restaurant, I understand how tough it is to get those special use permits. And, you know, even going back to your days of getting permits for promoting, right? People don't realize how tough that licensing process is and how many people will just get so deterred.
Oh,
and
don't give up.
That's something I never see. You never give up. Like, if it takes you a month, great. It takes you 6 months, great. It takes you a year, great. You'll never stop pushing the ball down the field. So what is happening at Tattoos and Smoke? How's it been going? What's going on over there?
Thank you, everyone that's been going to Tattoos and Smoke. You know, it took us half a year just to get our licensing, just like Tony was talking about. Don't give up, you guys. It was a dream to do a smoke shop and a tattoo shop. Shout out to my boy James for helping make that possible as well. And basically, you know, Tattoos and Smoke's been doing amazing. Last month we sold 2,002 items. It was just incredible to see all these products hitting the shelves, coming off the shelves, restocking the shelves.
Nice.
And, you know, working at the Wynn for 8 years, I really got to learn about purchasing, about inventory, where I worked at some of the biggest restaurants and bars down there. So I used that experience at Tattoos and Smoke. So it's great. We're going to be doing a lot of great pop-ups this month featured at the shop. We're going to have a lot of celebrities down there as well. So make sure you guys check us out. Tattoos and Smoke, located 2300 North Rainbow, Suite 111, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89108. We'd love to see you guys down there. And thanks again, Culture and Cannabis, for always hooking us up, taking care of us.
No, thank
you guys
brother.
throw some of the sickest events in Vegas too, man.
Same, G.
And it's always great to see what you guys could pull off. You know, a lot of the brands I've seen at Culture and Cannabis, that's where I first seen them, you know. And some of the brands, they need these extra events. They need this exposure so we could all recognize them and be a part of it, you know?
Yeah. And I love that there's brand crossover, right? Brands that operate at come to our events come to your guys' events and vice versa. Yeah. I love that, man.
Absolutely.
But before we wrap up here, Las Vegas Cannabis Awards is going down July 10th at the Sahara Event Center. Where can they get tickets at?
So yeah, if you guys want to get your tickets, make sure you guys go to Tattoos and Smoke at 2300 North Rainbow. We have tickets down there. We will also have tickets at Eventbrite.com. We got a lot of huge major platforms that we worked with this year to buy the tickets as well. And, you know, basically the VIP passes we have for 100 and then general admissions 42. And if you guys don't have enough money to come to the awards, we'd love to have you guys at the Kushstock Las Vegas. It's 100% free, so you don't have to pay anything to be there. Come check it out. July 3rd will be the Kushstock in Adelano Stadium. And remember, you guys, in Las Vegas, it's no cannabis consumption or sales. This is just an event to honor everyone in the industry, and you must be 21 and over. Even if you're 20 and have a medical card or 18 with a medical card, you must be 21 and over.
Facts. Facts. Well, and then where can they find you at on Instagram?
And make sure you guys check us out at the Las Vegas Cannabis Awards official Instagram. And then, make sure you guys check out my personal one, All Access Vegas Live. Huge shout out to all the sponsors that made this possible. Just a list of a couple of them: Rove, Hardin, Hayes Radio, Jerome Baker, Cannovative. All the amazing brands that really came out. Like I said, a huge shout out to Culture and Cannabis, one of our featured sponsors, USA Today, Sensi Magazine, Vegas Cannabis Magazine, Official Genius, The Stoner Dude, Art of Drug, you name it, they're all going to be there at the Las Vegas Cannabis Awards, July 10th.
And that's it, man. Sheldon, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, brother. I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you guys, and until next time, we'll see you guys right here at Culture and Cannabis Podcast.
And then, what was I going to say?
Where can they find you guys at,
Tony? They can find us. I was going to say, too, tomorrow, July 1st, we have an event at the Sanctuary. You'll be there.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
We're throwing it's called the First Friday event. It's called the First Fridays. At the Sanctuary, we have some great brands, some brands that are going to be also at the Las Vegas Cannabis Awards.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna have some great deals. We'll have some live entertainment, live painting, live glass blowing, a food truck, free burgers, great deals. Come check that out. The Sanctuary, downtown Las Vegas, off of 3rd Street. And then we got some new products that are dropping that I'll have Jason talk about next week. That Sheldon got a sample of today.
Yes, can't wait.
But that's it, man. That's the Culture and Cannabis Podcast, bro.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, G.
Thank you guys, and until next time, we'll see you guys right here at Culture and Cannabis Podcast.
Peace.